All right, let's talk about McCorkle. Mac Jones, is he back? He is not getting coached by Matt Patricia anymore. He has to feel great about that, and he looked good in this preseason game. He looked like the old Mac Jones, I thought. Let's talk about what he was able to do well, and it's, something you see like on the play you see on the screen. It's a quarters coverage play. You have a receiver running a quick route towards the sideline, could get into a gap in coverage, and it's these types of plays that really made Mac Jones famous, so to speak. These are the types of plays that we looked at and said, yeah, this is why he had such a good rookie year, was being able to hit on these consistently. Watch as McCorkle takes the snap. He's going to look up in that direction. There is an open player, but what I love about this from Mac Jones is he's already in the throwing motion. I mean, he's already getting ready to make this throw, and it's that quick timing that really plays well at the NFL level. And, to be a good game manager quarterback, which I think is what people would, what we feel like Mac Jones is, to be a good game manager quarterback, you have to have the ability to get rid of the football quickly. As you see, he also puts it right on the money, and hey, they pick up 5 yards on that play. It's nothing crazy. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, This is what they want out of Mac Jones, especially what the New England Patriots want out of Mac Jones, is him to be able to just hit these quick plays consistently, and that doesn't mean that they're necessarily always super easy. Like something like this is another example. It's 2nd down and 11 now, because I lied. The last play was actually for 4 yards, not for 5 yards, but regardless, 2nd down and 11, you have a quick slant route against this man coverage concept for Green Bay. McCorkle's going to run a play action, and then he's going to look up and see if it gets open. As you see, Jones does run this play action. There's pressure right in Jones's face, but he has an open receiver. This is the age-old question of what do you do in this spot? Sometimes you just take the sack. It's not worth it. You don't want to get hit as you're thrown and have a disaster happen. But one other thing that, we talked a lot about with Mac Jones when he came out of college, and certainly in his first year, is his quick release. How fast he gets rid of the football is such an important aspect of his game. I mean, watch him just so quickly get rid of the football, and perfectly accurate too. I mean, it comes out of his hand in no time, but still is right on the money. And I mean, this is why some Tom Brady comparisons came up. Most of it was because they both played quarterback for the Patriots, but some of it was also because of the quick release and also the lack of mobility. But the quick release that allowed Mac Jones to be so successful at Alabama and in his first year in New England, and maybe even showed some flashes with Patricia, although let's be honest, last year wasn't great. And stuff like this is the Mac Jones we know and love, right? Or know and hate if you're a Patriots hater, where what's going to happen is you see the concept on your screen, showing kind of the full concept here, where it's man coverage, and Mac Jones, once again, will be running a play action. New England loves their play action, and then he's going to first look to the route that's going to be towards the top of the screen, so furthest towards Jones's left, and if he doesn't like that, he's going to look towards his right. That's the way this play on paper is going to work. Okay, fine play on paper, but how does it work out in practice? Well, first off, Jones does do a good job of running the play action, then looks up toward the top of the screen. That's not really open, right? Maybe you could try to make something work, but I don't know. That doesn't seem great. So Jones is going to say, okay, no worries. I have other options. Let me look at the other options. Jones navigates the pocket a little bit, then looks over the middle of the field, and again, nothing's really open. I mean, you could try to fit a mailbox type throw here and cut some of these routes, but I kind of understand why Jones is deciding not to do it. And then we're going to see, Jones's real best asset, his running ability. I mean, watch how he's going to move. I mean, this is Lamar Jackson-esque. Okay, I'm being a little, joking a little, but it's still, I do have to say, I think his legs are underrated. Like, he can move when he has to. That is an ability of his game that people kind of don't really talk about. He's not a slowpoke out there, and he kind of showed it off right here. So, a really good job of, to me, the impressive part of this play is his ability to go through his progressions nicely, which, again, is something we've seen him do in the past. That was what made him such an effective rookie, is you almost never see that out of rookies, and he was able to do it. And so it's cool to see him kind of coming back and doing this stuff again, although I'm sure Patriots fans are going to say, we would still like it if guys were getting open, though. We like it if, you don't have to get through your progressions because the first guy is open, which last year we saw way too many of, him having to go through a lot of progressions to try and see if, he could make something happen. So, it's nice to see, at least, though, that he still can get through his progressions. Now, for the negatives, this was still the one negative that, what's probably the biggest criticism of Mac Jones's game? It's his inability to hit on these deep balls. And whether it's accuracy, whether it's just guys don't really get open down the field often as you would like them see them be in New England, or whether it's just, arm strength, although his arm is fine. I don't think that's the issue. But, whatever you consider the issue to be, here we go. Deep shot down the field. Okay, let's see if he can make something happen. Mac Jones takes a snap. Hey, runs a play action. How about that? Steps up in the pocket, sees an open receiver, throws it down the field. It's not wide open, but there is absolutely a window to make this throw. And that throw is just a bit too far. Kind of looked like the receiver, Devontae Parker, could have maybe reached out and touched that one a little bit. I don't know if he would have actually been able to make the catch necessarily, but kind of a weird play by him there a little bit, but definitely a tad overthrown as well. And Parker and Jones just, for whatever reason, can't seem to get on the same page. They've really struggled at that. They have at times, but they haven't gotten it consistently. And that's something that I think if you're a Patriots fan, you would have loved to see. If it would have been a perfect performance if he hit on the Parker deep ball, right? If he did that, you would have said, okay, awesome, Mac Jones is all the way back. So that was unfortunate he wasn't able to do that. But like I said, it was mostly a good performance. I mean, it was a good performance by Jones. Going over here, let's start off with one final positive play. It's a 3rd down and 8. Zone coverage, have a receiver running a route that could get into a gap in coverage over the middle. Okay, cool. Makes sense. Good route on paper to throw to. But what I want you to do is, when I'm going to show you this play, I want you to follow Mac Jones and look at what happens to him as he's throwing the football. Watch as Jones takes a snap, looks in that direction, and he's hit as he's thrown. I mean, a defender comes in and definitely creates some contact, and I do think that affected Jones's throw a little bit. It's not as much zip on it as you would typically see him throw a ball like this. Not to say that he's, Patrick Mahomes out there in terms of zip on the ball, but usually he has a lot more than this. However, as you see, it wasn't a disaster either. They were still able to get the completion. He still had the arm strength to get it there, despite the fact that he had to throw horribly off balance. So, I wouldn't say horribly off balance, but, he had to throw not the way he typically would if he was just playing catch in his backyard, right? So that's definitely, quite frankly, awesome that he's able to do that stuff. And these are the kind of things that, if you're a Patriots fan, excite you. At least that's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.